And I get asked a lot, no, big hair, big This week, we celebrated 40 years for Star Wars. On May 25th, 1977, the world was introduced to a galaxy far, far away. How did it all start for you? Hi, I'm Jim, otherwise known as the Crazy Carline Guy according to my YouTube channel, and we're standing in my Star Wars room, and I get asked a lot of times, "You are 50 years old! Why are you still collecting toys?" I was just like everybody else who grew up in the 70s. I was 10 years old when Star Wars came out in 1977, and like I said, I was just as confused as everybody else was, because the 70s were a very confusing time. Big shoes, big pants, big hair, big disco, whatever. Yeah, confusing. And then this happened. Yep, Star Wars. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. As 10-year-olds, it blew our minds. Here was an epic space adventure. We just couldn't get our minds around it. And that started a crazy journey for many of us in the collecting realm. It wasn't the vintage figures that first got me interested in Star Wars after the movie came out. Of course, they were very cool, and Kenner had done something that no other toy company had done before by releasing the mail-in certificate for the early bird figures that came out in 1978. It was bread. Yes, bread. Wonder Bread, to be specific. Wonder Bread ran a promotion in 1977 where they included a special Star Wars card in each bag of bread that they sold. I remember as a young boy rushing up to my mom after she came home from the grocery store, digging through the bags, looking for that bag of Wonder Bread that I could tear into to get the Star Wars card out of, not minding that I destroyed the bread as I did so. This is not my original set. I recently purchased this set from a vintage card dealer off of eBay. So yes, it was bread. Bread that got me first interested in that galaxy that was far, far away. Who'd have thought a bunch of cars in the back of a Wonder Bread bag? I didn't actually see Star Wars when it first released. I actually saw it in the re-release. My family and I were living in Bartlesville, Oklahoma at the time, and we had traveled to Tulsa to see it. I remember as a wide-eyed young man staring at the screen when that fanfare came on for 20th Century Fox. I was spellbound at the moment. I was a forever fan from that point on. Shortly after we had seen the film, my mom came home from work one day with a shopping bag for me. I opened the bag and discovered a card with a figure on it. It was my very first Star Wars action figure, and it was this guy. Yep, C-3PO. He became my buddy on many space adventures from that time on. Of course, you know the rest of the story. You had to collect every Star Wars figure after that, and then some. So, from Wonder Bread cards, to seeing the movie in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to collecting my first Star Wars action figure, C-3PO, that's what began my collection journey many, many years ago. What was your story start? Leave the comments in the comments section below. I'd love to hear your story of what began the journey for you. I'm getting back into the vintage collecting, and I've recently picked up this book as a guide to find the best figures, play sets, and ships, etc. Hope you can check it out. Well, that's about it for me on this video. You'll be seeing more videos on Star Wars in the days to come. I had a good time doing this and hope that you had a great celebration on the 40th on May 25th. This is Jim again, the Crazy Carline Guy, and may the Force be with you.